Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. You know what it is. It's them kids and wives and 925s, but we are still married to the games. Episode 265. That's right. It's your boy Gabe Patillo with Tim Router, Ed Placencia, and Chris McCracken, of course. And as always, we are talking games and life and games. Thank you guys so much for being here with us this week. Again, and another one, and another one.
We the best.
Don't play yourself. Real podcasts.
We the best.
Major cast.
We have microphones.
We.
That'll be on the remix.
Exactly. Tim Router.
Oh man, what's going on?
You're not in the car.
No.
You're not in your old house. You're not in your parents-in-law's house.
Nope, I'm not in the attic. I'm in a bedroom in my new house, and life is crazy, man. It is just out of control. Piper's topic of the week, however, is the Georgia Aquarium, because that's where we're going to go this evening. We're going to head down to Atlanta and have a little family time because it's Piper's fall break this week. So
there's nothing like moving into a new house than getting away from the new house.
Away from a new house. I
get that, brother. Dude, get away from them boxes, Doc.
Dude, it is absolutely welcome. I cannot wait to be on that road and just not have to worry about it. I feel like it's weird. This has just been a really weird week because like everything that we're trying to do, there's always some sort of a roadblock or there's just something going on. Like just,
man,
my brother-in-law made these floating shelves for our laundry room, which are awesome. And my father-in-law, like everybody's been pitching in. It's been really helpful. But and he stained it and everything. And so I'm trying to, we measured everything and got it all right. And I, go to install them and the wall is not square. So there's I had to end up.
They never are.
They never are, right? So,
why is that? How is that the case?
I don't know. It could be drywall warping, or what.
Well, and whatever. I guess wood is never straight. You ever go buy wood from Home Depot? It's always wrong.
It's always like a bow. But
yeah, it's like, where you going? Come back over this way.
Just lie flat. It's okay. Just lie flat. This won't hurt a bit.
Wrong with it.
So, so I ended up having to get my brother-in-law's belt sander and sand down one of the edges because those edges are going to the wall anyway, so you wouldn't see the stain. And so it's just like all these little things are adding up, and you're just like, why? Like something that normally would take me 5 minutes to do is taking me 45 minutes to do, and it's just
I cannot stand that.
Okay, now I don't miss home ownership at all, but at the same time, it is great. We're making some progress. There's still boxes, but it's all good. But we're just gonna, because of fall break and Piper's out, we're just gonna go. She's so excited too, like she can't wait. We've been there before. We went there last year and had just a ball. That Georgia Aquarium is great. They have like an awesome dolphin show with like lasers and lights, and it's indoors, which is really weird, but it's super cool. And so we're just gonna spend 2 nights down in Atlanta, come back on Saturday, and go from there. But yeah, man, it's been a crazy week, but a good week. It was Lauren's birthday on.
You got a lot of celebrating.
Yeah, man, it was Lauren's birthday on Tuesday, and then we celebrated our 19-year anniversary yesterday.
Nice.
By her going to work, me going to work, and then we went to have dinner at City House at like 7:00 last night. So that was pretty much our anniversary. We were like, "Happy anniversary, babe! It's all good." But that's our favorite place to go up in Germantown, just north of Nashville, and that place is booming right now. It is. I'm so proud of Nashville, like of all the growth we've seen, and just it's really super cool. There's all kinds of new places to go, and we were just driving around like, man, this city's great. Like we just love it here, so it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
But so it's just unpacking.
So it's you guys' anniversary falls what, the day after her birthday?
Yeah,
or
her birthday's the 10th of October, and then our anniversary is the 11th.
Gotcha.
Wow.
So. You didn't plan that out well.
Yeah, no, I got hit with the 1-2 punch, man. Every year, it just stresses me out. I'm like, but you know what's funny? Like the past,
he thought it was a good idea 19 years ago. He was like, I know what I'll get her for her birthday: a wedding. My undying love.
My undying love for you, yes. But it's been such a great ride, and And Piper was so sweet yesterday. She gave us both hugs and was just like, "Happy anniversary!" And she's just
Awesome.
been really sweet. So yeah, it's been good stuff. Nice. So needless to say, I was able to hook up my PS4. I got me some TVs. We went to Costco and raided the place. Got like 3 TVs, 4 TV mounts, and I was able to mount all the TVs. And I ended up
Good for you.
I ended up getting
Nice.
a 66-inch LG 4K. And I see no difference at all. I have no clue what I'm looking at, and I'm like, yeah, that's great. It looks good. It's bigger. I'm cool with it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, right. So like, I don't know this stuff. I don't care. I went for that's a nice big screen. It's pretty affordable. Let's go with that. That sounds great. And if it's
I love
it may not be true 4K, but whatever it is, at least it's a UHD. So I'm
at
cool
least
with
it says it.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? It's like the older you get, it's gonna come to like sharp or fuzzy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's
You're like, oh, it looks pretty clear.
yeah,
to
and
me.
right now it's clear, and so it's all good. So when I mounted all those TVs, the first thing I did was plug in that PlayStation, get my firmware update on, and
Nice.
I was able this week to finish Dishonored, Death of the Outsider, and Shadow of War is just sitting at Best Buy waiting for me. I'm going to go pick that up today. And
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, I want to play that so bad.
I know, man, and won't be able to play it probably till Sunday because I'll be out of town. But it's good. Like my little gaming setup is great, and I'm just glad. Like it was kind of like a relief. Like I'm like, all right, I got my console set up. I feel like I can breathe just a little bit, and there's a little bit of normalcy. Like I was able to wake up for a few days, finish Dishonored, and it's kind of like I love having that early morning time just to be able to do that. And like it's the fall, and I love the fall, and we've got all these huge games coming out. I'm like, I've got to get on this. Like I'm already stressing about my backlog that hasn't even started yet. So
Exactly right.
There's so
Exactly right.
many games coming out, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my Lord, how am I going to do all this? But you know what? I'm just going to take my time and enjoy it like I always do, and
There you
it's
go.
great. But at least everything's set up, and we're good to go. So that's pretty much it for me.
There you go. Wow, that was fast.
Yep.
Ed,
Yes, sir.
how is it going with you?
It's going well. It's been a good week. Nothing extremely crazy or out of the ordinary for us this week. Sarah
Lucky.
decided. I know, right?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's definitely not a complaint by any means.
Absolutely.
Sarah decided that she's going to start Grey's Anatomy from episode 1.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, that's crazy.
You poor
So
thing.
I've spent a lot of time on the couch next to her with my headphones on.
I know that's right.
Well played.
It was really funny. I was playing Overwatch with Chris and Stacy and Lem and Katie the other night, and we're playing. And I happened to just glance over at Sarah, who was sitting next to me, and she is just tears streaming down her cheeks. And I was like, oh my! I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just sitting here playing a game, and my wife is bawling next to me. And then I realized, oh, it's just Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so what's going?
It's all fine.
Wait, do you guys have? Do you just have one TV? So are you gaming, or is she streaming it while you're gaming, or how's that working?
Yeah, I was on the TV, and she was on the laptop watching Netflix.
Ah, okay.
So,
yeah, there you go.
yeah.
Oh, thank
So
God. That would have
I
been
was-
torture if you had to sit through that.
Oh, I know, right? But yeah, so I was just relieved that okay, it's just the TV show. It's not real life, so it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, that show's crazy. I love you.
I know. Right?
Flatline.
One dude-
Exactly.
It's like The Walking Dead with their everyone's just gonna die. So don't
Yeah,
get
exactly.
attached to anyone.
Exact. Spoiler
Don't get
alert.
attached to nobody. Yeah.
Right. And then I was really happy Monday night. I was able to be a guest on the Fortress of Nerditude with
awesome.
Spencer
Hey.
Stapleton and Steve,
Street team.
and it was a lot of fun. The topic was comedy, and so I was.
Oh, that's perfect.
It was so much fun. We got to talk about the new Seinfeld documentary that's on Netflix.
dying to see that.
Or special.
He's got a documentary?
Not a documentary. It's a special with a couple kind of like documentary segments
Oh,
in
yes.
there. But yeah,
Jerry
yeah.
before Seinfeld. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was fun. We had a great time, and I'd never talked to Steve before, and so it was fun just to hang out with those guys. And Spencer's such a nice guy. It's any excuse to get to hang out with him for a little bit is always a good one.
Amen.
As far as gaming goes, was able to hop into the Battlefront 2 multiplayer beta, and
How was it?
it was definitely a multiplayer beta. I loved the first Battlefront and the co-op the couch co-op we were able to do, and even the multiplayer I did. But this was definitely, I felt out of my league.
Really?
Just
You've been playing so many FPSs though.
I know, and it felt like an FPS. It felt like a multiplayer FPS. I think I
really?
played for an hour and a half, and I didn't improve a bit.
Nice.
The
Really?
entire time.
I'm right with you there, Ed. Totally. That's why I'm not even touching it.
It was so different because even the multiplayer in the first Battlefront, I really enjoyed, and I played a lot of that. And it was just there was so much going on, and they didn't have the tutorial unlocked for the beta, so there were a lot of things I just didn't know what I was supposed to do. It was like, here's the map, good luck. And I was like, well, what's going on?
Yeah, pew pew pew. Yeah.
Right. It looked great. It looked amazing. And if you are good at multiplayer or enjoy that, this is going to be an especially amazing game for you. I'm just not a multiplayer person naturally. But I am looking forward to playing the campaign, and I'm looking forward to playing couch co-op with Sarah again. I think it has it. I know the first one did.
Yeah, I would assume that it does have some type of split screen, something or other.
Yeah. And so it was cool to jump in and test it out. Sarah actually jumped in and played for a little bit with me, and it was cool that we were able to both play and try it out. Neither of us had any idea what was going on, and it made it a lot of fun. So it was cool to see. And they do those betas because they want to test their servers and what have you. So it was, I guess, a little bummed that I couldn't do any kind of single player thing, but I understood why I couldn't, because it was a multiplayer beta. But it was fun.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Even though you're getting killed all over the place.
Yeah, even though I was getting killed all over the place. It felt like the Call of Duty beta for me.
Yeah.
Than more than anything else, where I was just kind of like run to and dead, and dead.
And
so
that's just no fun at all. Ugh.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating, but again, I'll probably end up getting it just because I did have so much fun with the first Battlefront, and I think it'll be a good time.
There you go.
I picked up Forza Motorsport 7, which kind of surprised me, but
Yeah, because that's the more simi one, right?
it is, yeah. And the only other Forza game I'd played was Horizon, which I loved, and didn't really realize what the difference was, and thought, I'll love this one as well. I think I like Horizon better.
Okay.
Just because this is race after, it's nothing but races on racetracks, where Forza Horizon, you are racing on a lot of cross-country races, or there's speed traps you're doing, or other
Hot
challenges.
Wheels tracks.
Or Hot Wheels tracks, right. It's fun though. It's a fun game, and Sarah again played with me for a little while. Only after I unlocked a Jeep, so she could drive a Jeep around, and we had fun with that. What else? Overwatch has their new Halloween terror that's out, and they've got some really cool skins, and they redid a couple of the maps, so they're all Halloweened out.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Did they do that the first time, Chris? I don't remember that maps being so Halloween.
Yeah, well, I didn't play the Halloween event at all last year, which is why I want every skin in the game, because I don't have any of the ones from last year. I didn't have any of the ones so far from this year. So it's all a completely brand new event to me. So I don't know. I know it has the Junkenstein PvE thing again. And as far as I am aware, it's the exact same as last year, but I don't know whether they did some of the maps are now nighttimey and then have, like pumpkins everywhere and candles. I'm not sure if they did that or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Got to play with Gabe for a little bit, which was weird for me.
What?
It's weird for all of us, Ed. Don't worry about it.
No, I haven't played with Overwatch with Gabe in so long. It was kind of a cool little treat to hear Gabe.
You didn't play Overwatch with me. I just jumped in the party and talked with you guys while you guys played Overwatch. I was playing Destiny.
That's awesome. And that's why it was weird, because you were playing two different games.
It's like, man, he split himself into two games.
I know, right? Is that hard for you, Gabe, to play one game and hear everyone else talking about another game?
You know what's funny is that it wasn't, because you guys were playing a different game. So if you guys would have been playing a different match in Destiny, it would have been more confusing.
Mm-hmm.
Really? Okay.
But because you guys were talking, things that I didn't have to look out for,
Right.
you guys are calling out Junkrat and Toblerone. And
not only that, I feel like Gabe wasn't really doing, because sometimes when that happens, like if you jump at a party and there's, let's say, 4 people playing one game and then the one random person that's just in there chatting, sometimes they'll start spitting out stuff about the game they're playing. And I don't remember Gabe ever saying anything about what he was doing. In fact, I had to ask, like, what are you
Well, it's
what are you
because
doing now?
I have good etiquette.
Yeah.
You're a good gamer.
Yeah, you do.
It is a little nuts when you're in a party and somebody's like, oh my gosh, Torbjorn is like, wait a minute, we're in a Nightfall strike. What
Exactly.
are you talking about? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even notice that, Chris, but you're totally right. That was good etiquette, Gabe. Well done.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
Good job, sir.
Good job. And
I appreciate that.
finally got to jump into some Guardians of the Galaxy episode 4. Just dropped on Tuesday. There was some kind of problem, and Xbox players actually didn't arrive until Wednesday, and everyone was really polite about it online, as usual.
No, sure.
No one was upset.
There was
no one.
There was no violence happening or anything.
Wasn't it for a while? At least I feel like last generation specifically, and I don't know if it bled into this generation, but I feel like games released on digitally anyways on Wednesdays on the Xbox side versus Tuesdays on the PlayStation side. Did that change? Do like most of the digital games drop on Tuesdays or whatever their actual
Most of
now
them.
around?
Yeah, now they mostly drop on Tuesdays. Although recently, and I don't remember if it was Guardians or if it was a Batman, but I know recently the same thing happened where Xbox got it maybe 12 hours later than everyone else for whatever reason.
I feel like I remember you bringing that up before. I don't remember what game it was.
Yeah, and again, I understand people want to play the game and what have you, but
calm down.
Settle down. You're fine. So
If you're that scared about spoilers, just get off the internet.
My video game.
I know I paid for this game. Well, congratulations.
Yep.
Yeah. What did all that do for you?
Exactly. But but had a good time. It was a really good episode. Just like they did with Batman, they're kind of playing around with the characters in Guardians, and it's I don't know if I want to believe what I think happened, but we'll find out in episode 5. So
Cool.
yeah, good times indeed.
I gotta get caught up.
I know, right? That was my week. It was a pretty good week.
There you go. Chris McCracken.
So work is still just going pretty steady. Last week, I think I had mentioned how we were trying to tie up a bunch of loose ends from previous projects we had been working on, and we had to get them all done by that Friday. So there were a couple of days I had to stay late after we recorded last week, and then on Friday was the longest I had to stay after about 2 hours. But I was able to get everything wrapped up and put together. So this week we started a new project, and at the moment we're scheduled to be shooting video for 2 weeks straight. But we're about halfway through the week now, or a little bit over halfway, and we're feeling like we're ahead. So it's possible it may only bleed into Monday and Tuesday. I won't really. I'll have a better view of it at the end of day today, or maybe by midday tomorrow, as to exactly where we're going to stand. The problem is that we're shooting a bunch of product, and we don't have all of it, and it's slowly coming in because some of it is like we're just getting it because we're about to start selling it, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, are we going to get it on time where we can just keep flowing right the way that we are? Or are we going to have a little bit of a stall? And then, there's other like little things here and there, but that's the main thing. So if we can continue to get the flow of stuff that we're needing to shoot coming in the way that it should, or in the way that we're planning for, we may actually be able to finish early. So we're just going to have to wait and see how that goes. But that's pretty much taken all of my time. I'm going in early and coming home about on time, maybe just a little bit later, because we're shooting on location. So the very first day is the heaviest day because we've got to load everything and then get it all to the location and then do all the unpacking and everything. But once you've done that, it's pretty smooth sailing because you just, at the end of the day, you cut off where you are and you don't have to worry about putting everything away or anything like that. It's going to be the last day will be the next heavy day because we'll have to wrap everything up and package it all back and ship it back to the warehouse. But it's going well, and it's we haven't really run into any huge snags at the moment, so fingers crossed that it continues going that way. Outside of that, that's really the only thing that I've been doing. I have been playing a little bit of video games. I played a little bit more Destiny. I did do the raid over the past weekend as well. Kill and I went ahead and put out on the clan chat. We're asking for people maybe who hadn't done the raid before, so we could kind of try to get a few new people through there, and we took a couple people through that hadn't finished it yet. So that was a lot of fun. We got Cat Jack. He was one of the people who had joined us the first go round and wasn't able to do the second day that we did it. So we were able to do the entire raid in one sitting, and each time we're doing it, we're getting a little bit tighter and quicker and getting it down. So I think this last time was about 5 hours, but it was all the way through. So like beginning all the way to end, and we were able to finish it. So it's getting better, and now that we have a really good understanding ourselves, like having gone through it a bunch, we can grab other people that maybe haven't done it yet and finally give them the experience and explain the mechanics of what we're doing and kind of go over it with them and then kind of go through them. So that way more people
That's the biggest challenge, right? Like even over the enemies is just knowing what you have to do in each section.
Yeah, it's just really technical. And like even when it was being explained to me the first time, I'm just like, there's no way. I mean, there's too much you're saying to me at the moment. But then the minute you've done it a few times, you're like, oh, and now I get it. It's like it clicks, you know? It's one of those things you can comprehend really quickly, especially when you're doing it. But when someone's like, okay, we're at this encounter, here's how it's going to work. And it's usually in multiple phases, and each phase is a little bit different. And it's a lot of information right at once. And so it's kind of overwhelming. But then once you start doing it, you realize, oh, okay, it actually all makes a lot of sense. And it's not as hard as it seems when it's just being like written down on paper, if you will. Like if you're just looking at it that way, you're like, oh my gosh, this seems like a lot. I'm still working on my Titan. I'm about halfway through the story on him. And then once I finish the story, or pretty quickly after, if not before, I should have the trophy for him. And then I'll just lack one trophy, and then I can get the platinum. I'm really trying to get myself in position to where I can have that and it be behind me before like Call of Duty and Battlefront and these other games drop, because I know I can bounce back and forth between them, but it's like I just really want to have that done. And then it's not as though I'm going to just quit playing Destiny. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be coming back around, and I'll end up buying the expansion and playing whatever it is as well. But it would be nice to be able to focus in on another game that comes out until like that campaign is finished, if you will, or something, and not have to worry about like, oh, but this is my opportunity because these people are online and I can do this last little thing to get the trophy. So I'm really working to just get it all taken care of. As Ed said, we jumped into Overwatch, the Halloween event. I've been playing with Stacy, and we played that one evening with Stacy, Katie, and then Bad Gamer and Ed. Had a lot of fun. It was really good to be back into it. I haven't played. I don't think I've played Overwatch since. I mean, maybe a random match here or there with Stacy or something, but for the most part, I really haven't played any good amount since the last event, which was the the Summer Games event.
Oh wow!
So it was nice to get back in there. It just felt like seeing an old friend again. I was like, oh yeah, and everything just like went right back the way that it was. And we've been playing with so when I was playing with Katie, she would always say, because we've been playing so much Destiny, oh, I keep trying to push down on L3 to make my character run, or I keep trying to aim down sights, because that's something that you do a lot in that game. And I was expecting to have the same issue, but I don't know what it is. It's just I fell right into it, and I just knew what I was doing again. I've not been confusing the controls, which is good, because usually that is an issue that I have. It's like, going between two different games, it's like, and their control schemes are a little bit different. They're not crazy different, but they are different. I thought I was going to have a bit of a hiccup with that, and it's been fine. So I've been enjoying it. I haven't gotten any of the new skins, although I also haven't gotten many loot boxes. I did buy the... with the in-game currency, I bought last year's Zenyatta skin just because I don't want it to drop. It's like I'd rather the new one drop, and it was only 250 coins because it wasn't a legendary skin. It was an epic, or whatever the purple ones are called. So I bought that one, and that was the one that I really wanted from last year, that I was kicking myself that I didn't play the event and didn't earn it at all. So I got that one, and looking forward to a couple of those. They have a lot of really neat ones, but the ones I really want is the Zenyatta one. He looks like Cthulhu. And then I think I want the McCree one because he looked like Van Helsing.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, and then Zarya, the Russian lady, she looks like an 80s workout girl. It says like, let's get hype or something like that, or let's get into it or something. And she's got all this like spandex with like leopard print and really crazy colors and stuff. It's a lot of fun. They do such a good job with all these things. Because I knew coming in, I was like, okay, I'm going to buy all of last year's skins, and I'm sure they'll have something new that's cool. And I think that every time, and then they blow me away with the cool new idea that they come up with. So it's like, I can't even fathom what they're going to do for the Christmas event, because I feel, I mean, they had a Santa, they had all this stuff. It's like, what can they do? How can they make it better? But they'll do it. Cool. And then I'll be like, dang it, I got to get all those too.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Yes.
Question for you while you're on Overwatch. Last week, people were very disappointed with your McCree song and not having
Man,
one.
why are you doing this to me?
You've had a week and a lot of help. Do you have one now to redeem yourself?
I have nothing. I have nothing for
What?
you.
Come on!
He's on Spotify right now.
I don't know. I mean, I can just.
I'm on Pandora. I'm trying to.
I can just reiterate things that people have told me. But
Well, that's what I mean. Like, what's the one somebody's giving you that was really
I want my
good?
own, and I don't have one. I want my own.
Come on.
I respect that. He wants ownership of it. I get it.
Thank you guys for not unsubscribing.
You know, I am who I am. I'm good at a lot of things. I'm not good at coming up with songs on the spot. I'm sorry.
That's hilarious.
I can't be everything for everybody.
On the spot, you've had a week.
But I hadn't been thinking about it since last week.
Dude, that's all I've been thinking about.
You know what I did?
Exactly.
You know what I did? I said, all right, whew, good thing that's behind me. Okay, I'm getting some flack, but whatever. That's over with. And here you are opening the door again. Come on now. Some friend.
Some friend.
Oh, that's great.
I thought about it a little bit. I was like, I really wanted to think of something for Zenyatta, but I can't think of anything. Come on, man.
Zenyatta's a hard one.
Yeah.
Zenyatta, no.
I was thinking, ha Zenyatta, Haravikirawa, home, we ha ho ha ho. So gotta find
to make people hate me even more.
All right, Chris, I'll deflect everything. I did have a question for you. Like, what is your fall game that you're looking forward to? Because I know you're trying to get this platinum at Destiny, and then what's next for you?
The two games that I have pre-ordered at the moment that I guess probably looking the most forward to is the Call of Duty and Battlefront. Honestly, mostly for the campaign.
Right.
Can you put that in song form?
And Battlefront, go.
I'm just kidding.
Love is a battlefront. There.
I'm going to
you,
deflect,
Chris.
and then I'm going to bring it right back to
That's
you.
right. Because that's what friends do.
Exactly. We hold each other accountable.
Like, I will say real quick, I downloaded the Battlefront beta as well, and I didn't even get a chance to play it. But I also wasn't too heartbroken about that because, like Ed, I knew I really enjoyed the first one so much. I mean, I platinumed the game, so I'm getting it regardless. So I was like, well, I'm not too heartbroken if I can't do it. And sure, it may be a little bit different or harder or easier one way or the other, depends, but I'm going to play it. So I'm not really concerned about it, but I was hoping to get in and play at least a little bit of it, but I didn't get an opportunity. This past weekend was Katie's birthday, so we spent Sunday doing a lot of stuff, hanging out with them and kind of running around town and doing things.
Happy birthday, landlord.
Happy
right.
birthday.
Don't
Please
kick us
me
out.
out yet. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, I didn't get any time to play it, but I'm looking forward to playing that game. I think I'm looking forward to that one the most right now, just because I'm really interested in what the campaign has to bring. I want to see what that's all about.
Absolutely.
And the fact that it's like a canonical story, like it falls in line, and I really want to see which it's canon.
Canon. A canonical story.
Yeah,
there we go.
Meaning
all right,
that it's official. Like it's not just some one-off where Disney can be like, that's not. Yeah, that's like the extended universe. It doesn't really. It's not really a thing.
It's placed within the correct timeline.
So whatever happens in that game's campaign is like legitimate to the story. Like holds true
awesome.
as part of the history and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested.
Well,
to see how it
apparently in
goes.
the story, Chewbacca got killed to death by Darth Maul.
Spoiler alert.
That's what happened to me.
Spoiler alert.
Well, okay, only on the campaign side, not in, because when you go to the multiplayer side, like that's all kinds of wacky. They're mixing and matching all over the place on that one.
That's right.
You played as Chewbacca?
It was a Wookiee, but I assumed it was. I kept getting so starstruck that it impeded my gameplay. I would be like, "It's Han Solo," and then I would get
You just shot me in the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's funny.
But that is it for me, good sirs.
All right.
Hit it, Mr. Patillo, Mr. Single Dad this week.
Oh,
Right, Mr.
dude,
Mom.
man, we are doing it over here. I was telling somebody the other day. For those that don't know, Jenny, my wife, is out of town. She's in Texas, and so for the last 2 days, I've had all 3 kids and doing the school thing and working with other moms for play dates and stuff like that. So I've gone. I'm head first into the single dad life, and it's something. Somebody was like, "How's it going?" I was like, "Well, as a dad, you want to try to do, the things that the kids are used to. You don't want to shake it up too much, and you want to do things the way your wife would kind of want them done, because Jenny's pretty particular, and so you just want to like, hey, yes, they got their veggies, yes, they did the thing. It's not like." Just ice cream when daddy's around, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be.
Ice cream and pizza for everybody.
Yeah, you don't want to set up this expectation. It's like, hey, when you're with dad, we just do whatever. And then, Jenny's out of town like, gosh, I just really wish he would X, Y, Z. And so I was saying, I was trying to do those things. And then that's on one hand. And then on the other hand, I'm just keeping them alive. And so there's
that's good. That's a good
making sure
thing.
they eat, make sure they're happy. And like last night, I was going to make dinner. And so I was like getting all this stuff out for making enchiladas, and we were gonna do like a little Mexican dinner. And as I was getting stuff out and looking over a recipe that Jenny had left, I was like, I don't know where half this stuff is, like in the house. And so I had gotten like as far as getting like the tortillas and the white beans and the salsa out and the sour cream, and then I was like, I don't know what's a green chilies.
We're going to Pueblos.
Yeah, exactly.
bean tacos for everyone.
Yeah, and it was called for green onions, and I was like, all right, I know what those look like, but I don't know where they are in the house.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so as I'm like, that thing where a lot of people do it when your car breaks down, you open the hood and you just look at it.
Exactly. You're just looking
I feel like that's what I was doing with the fridge. I had the fridge open.
You're like, I didn't know we had this.
Staring in there like,
Stare at it in the fridge.
Yeah, exactly. We got some soda, some purple stuff, some Sunny D. All right. And so
Exactly. That's awesome.
And so and then I looked in the freezer and I can't remember what they call Tostitos.
Totinos?
Is that what they Totinos?
Totinos?
I think those are.
I hope you don't keep your Tostitos in the fridge or in the freezer.
Yeah, right.
Frozen enchiladas or frozen?
Yes.
I don't even know what they are.
I think so.
But they looked like in my brain what I was attempting to make anyway.
And done.
So we just put those in the oven and had those instead.
That's perfect.
Nice.
And everybody was happy.
There you go.
Yeah, and I wasn't cussing or anything like that.
Hey,
Didn't
good.
burn myself.
It's great. No fires in the house. You're good.
Yeah, everybody's eating still. And so tonight I leave for Texas. And so Gigi, Jenny's mom, will come over, and her and Jess. This is what makes you feel good. When I leave town, there's going to be 3 people that have to show up to help with these kids.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I give full props to my wife for constantly doing this while I'm on the road. And then I'm getting a taste of it. And then it makes us feel good that like when we leave, there's an army of people that come and help with the kids.
We're on your 6, brother. We got you.
Yeah, exactly. And so have been trying to get some gaming in, been trying to do some Destiny. And I'm coming to a point where like I want to do the raid, and then because it's like the one thing I majorly lack from the Destiny 2 experience, and then I'll probably move on for a bit just because there's so many games. And I think I'm gonna do like a red box fall in the sense of like, I think like, I don't know if I'll do it with Shadow of War because I know that'll kind of take a lot longer. But with some of these shorter stories, like with the Call of Duty campaign and even maybe Battlefront, I'm not sure. I might redbox it to get the campaigns out of the way.
There you go.
And then, and then only buy things that I love, because I'm realizing that I have a knee-jerk reaction when it comes to buying things in the store. And so I went out and bought Horizon and played it for like 3 hours. Then I went and bought Yakuza and played it for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying? So I went out and bought what's that game on Xbox? Quantum Break, and then haven't even played it yet.
Right.
And so, I'm like, man, I don't want to tie all my money up in things that I'm not actually gonna get into. So I might as well do like the $3 a night thing, or however much Redbox is nowadays.
Sure. And how's that Cuphead going?
Get the exactly. Cuphead was only $20. That's how I justify that one.
Don't feel so bad for that one.
Yeah,
that's a meal at McDonald's. I'm good.
Exactly. That's taking the family right to Chick-fil-A.
That's right.
Which you mentioned Horizon. That expansion's coming out pretty soon too. I forgot.
Ooh, yes, it is.
I have that
That's
pre-ordered
right.
as well.
Dang it.
Oh, well.
I got to get that.
Sweet. Yeah, I won't be doing that.
Good for you, basically, is what he's saying.
I did have a scare in Destiny yesterday, I think it was. I got killed by somebody called Heaven's Disciple.
Ooh.
And for a split second, I just because my brain's used to seeing it, I saw it as Christ's Disciple, which is Chris's mom's Twitter handle.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And so for like a millisecond, I was like, I just got headshotted by Chris's mom in Destiny. I should probably uninstall this game.
That is amazing.
Oh man,
That is awesome.
that would
So
be
my
amazing,
heart just
though.
like
that would be amazing.
It would be incredible. And not saying she couldn't do it, but she doesn't play video games. And so for her to do that, I would be like, oh gosh, I've been pouring hours and hours into this game for Chris's mom to jump in there real quick and kill me. So
in a 360 motion.
I'm glad it wasn't her. But it did scare me for a second. Yeah. So everything's good here. Excited to get down to Texas and see Jenny, and she got the booth all set up. So I'll tweet out a picture of.
I was going to ask how that went.
Yeah, I was so proud of her, you guys, because it's one of those things where it's not a terribly hard thing to put together, but it is like
it's labor, man.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
it's a big thing.
It's a lot. It's 6 pieces of plywood, 7 by 4 by 7 pieces of plywood, and they're heavy, and it's a lot of screws that have to go into it to put it all together, and L brackets and shelves, and we made 80 dowel holes in each board. And so setting up the dowels and the shelves on top of those and hanging the shirts, and it really came together, and it looks awesome. They killed it. And so
nice.
It's nice to have done that. And then it's sweet also for her to be a part of this thing. And then the one of the ladies that's on the show that the whole reason they're down there, her name's Joanna Gaines, I guess came through yesterday and came by the booth and was like, oh, you guys are back. So glad to have you guys back in celebration. And I wear my sweater all the time. And, which she bought
so
from them last year.
Good,
and so, Jenny was like, we were playing it cool. We were really trying to play it cool, while she's there. Because Jenny's a huge fan of Fixer Upper. And so for Joanna to come by with the kids and talk with them, was a big deal for her. So
is she upset that it's their last season coming up?
I don't know.
Spoiler alert.
All that. Yeah, exactly. They didn't get into all that, but I'd imagine she's not sad.
No, is Jenny sad that it's the last season?
Oh, Jenny. I mean, I think when you intake something like that, you're definitely bummed when anything like that comes to an end. But I don't know if she's seen every episode, so hopefully there'll always be some on-demand things she can catch up with. But
absolutely,
she loves that show. Yeah. So. That's it for me, man. Just Destiny 2.
Destiny 2.
And
children.
Being a parent.
Churns.
Yeah. Churns. So keeping churns alive and killing people in Destiny 2.
Nice.
It's amazing.
That's it.
Getting headshotted by Chris's mom.
Getting headshotted by Chris's mom.
Mama Bread fan. Coming for your boy.
Oh, that's great.
Jeez.
Router, you got it?
Uh-huh.
Well, let's do it.
Hey, we got some new releases this week. In case you didn't know, Middle-earth: Shadow of War for the Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Oh, that's coming out?
Oh, yeah, right. So let's get our killing orcs on. And
I know that's
man,
right.
I cannot. Yeah, I'm really super excited. I just gotta go get over to Best Buy,
game
pick
looks
it up,
great.
and get on there. Yeah, I can't wait. Here's one that I totally forgot about: The Evil Within 2, Xbox One, PS4, and PC is out. So that'll be that's great for you, Gabe. Get on that.
Oh yeah.
Get your poop in your pants on. Marvel's Guardian, as Eduardo said, Marvel's Guardian of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, Episode 4, Who Needs You, for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Get your wrestling on, WWE 2K18 Deluxe Edition for the Xbox One and PS4. Get your Rocket League on. I think they've got more cars for Fast and Furious for the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So get a little. Man,
okay.
I want to play a little Rocket League. I'm kind of missing that right now.
It's my update game.
Yeah.
When anything I want to play on PlayStation is updating, I go jump into Rocket League for a minute.
Well, let's go to Rocket League. Yeah, absolutely. That's the same thing for me. And then for the PS4, the King of Fighters 14 Special Anniversary Edition.
The King of Fighters.
King of Fighters. We will have MPD next week for the month of September, which I'm interested to see now that the fall is going to start kicking in. We did have a few oops. Chris R. Smith over at Twitter. Sorry, Router, but normal Canadians don't like a mayo on their fries, gravy and cheese curds. Oh, wait, I said that last week, didn't I? Man, I'm all over the place just because...
you just moved, man.
Yeah,
you got a lot going on in life.
Okay, so it was Cat Jack on Discord said, dissing Canadian Putin without ever trying it. Oh, yes, my friends.
Putin.
Canadian
It's not,
Putin.
it's not Canadian Vladimir Putin.
The Canadian-Russian Putin.
Exactly.
Canadian Vladimir Putin.
I thought it was Canadian Vladimir Putin.
I would like to go play some hockey now, please.
I would, yes, please.
While I wrestle bear.
With my shirt off, I will play hockey.
While I wrestle bear.
Where I wrestle bear. That
Polar
sounds
bear,
great.
of course, on the ice.
Let me try that again. Discord, Cat Jack, dissing Canadian Poutine with...
Please fork to bring me some maple syrup.
Where is Wayne Gretzky? He's my favorite.
Must have the cheese curds.
I must eat the cheese curds with gravy.
That is fun.
Okay. So basically, dissing Canadian poutine without ever trying it. Oh, yes, my friends, that is a definite oops. No, it's not. Not going to do it. Actually, no, I would try it, actually, because I'm kind of the guy, I like to eat anything, so I'll try it. I've never had it, so I'm in. Send me some.
There you go.
Mail it to
There
me.
you go.
You
Mail it
can
to
find
me.
it somewhere down there.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's Nashville. This place has restaurants everywhere. There's got to be some
Yeah, it's
Canadian
getting so big
Vladimir
and it's growing so
Putin
much. You love living there.
Don't you mean up there, Chris?
dining facility.
Up there, down there. all
Mark
around there.
Boucher, sorry, Chris McCracken, but the game in question where Mario punches Yoshi is Super Mario World, not Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, is that,
That
what
was
it
a
said?
new.
Oh, you said Super Mario Brothers 3?
I mean,
I'm surprised
I
I
guess
didn't
I
catch
did.
that.
I don't remember.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently.
we don't remember, so it wasn't an oops. I didn't hear it. Did you hear it? I didn't hear it. Nope, no oops.
Exactly.
Back to you, my Russian comrades.
Oh, Chris McCracken.
Jeez.
That was like Irish Russian.
I know.
No, my guy's he's kind of from all over the place.
He's in Canada. He's in Ireland.
I was like, if I roll these R's, maybe I'll get away with it.
Like rolling R's, that just kind of covers all accents, right? Let's just do that.
Yeah, it's a bunch of different people.
Yeah. Yeah, I just did all the languages. So
Give us something.
We're going to talk about the Oculus Rift. It looks like the Oculus Rift bundled in with the touch controllers. I think they're just called Rift Touch is what the controllers are called. It is now getting a permanent price drop to $399. That's what it will be going forward. It was set at that for a sale price that was previously listed as a limited time only thing. But they had an event the other day where they came out and they said that is going to be the price going forward. And as well, Oculus also announced a new SKU. They're going to be releasing in 2018 a headset called the Oculus Go. And it's basically going to be an all-in-one setup that doesn't require a PC or anything, or even a mobile device.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's actually like pretty legit in terms of some of the hardware that it has.
Is it?
Well, it has. I mean, I'm talking about like resolution wise. Like it's still running some 2560 by 1440 resolution on the LCD inside there. Which for a I don't think there's any other like the Oculus. What's the one that you had, Gabe? It was also made by Oculus and HTC, or not HTC, but what was the one you had? What was it called?
The Gear.
Yeah, like the Gear VR. Like that's one of the. I'd say at the moment probably one of the nicer of the standalone headsets. And it didn't.
It's when you put your phone in, though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I guess, yeah, you could say that whatever your resolution is of your phone. But I mean, I don't think there's any other standalone device out on the market at the moment that has at least that high of a resolution. So resolution-wise, that's a nice little step up. I don't know whether like how well it's going to work, and I'm not completely sure. Like,
I was exactly a little like when I saw that it was wireless and that's all great, but I just figured, and I didn't look into it deep. So when I say is it, I wasn't actually questioning you. I was just surprised because it seems like it would be really low in power, and you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't imagine that'd be that strong. Like, where is it getting its content from? Is it downloaded onto a memory on the thing, and it works off that, really flash memory?
Yeah, does it? Maybe they do. Maybe it's going to insert like a memory card, and then everything's going to run off of that. I'm not really sure. Well,
I didn't watch a thing.
The only video that I saw, I didn't get to watch the actual event, but the video that I saw was just like a little teaser. It's one, like everybody does these days, where it's just all these CG images of the device up close, and it's swooping by, and you see the Velcro strap that has like audio built into them. So it's also going to have built-in audio.
Okay.
So I don't really know all the specifics on how it's going to work, and I don't know if they were able to go over that in the actual event because I didn't get to see it. But this little teaser trailer is really just showing you how it looks. One thing that I'm like so about is that it seems like the straps, the way that it connects to your actual head, it's not any different or not really that much different than the regular Oculus. And I feel like Oculus is the only one I haven't tried, but I feel like I've heard from others that have that it's the least comfortable one, the way that it straps to your head. So it seems like they would have updated that, and I'm sure it's updated to some extent. Like maybe it's smoother Velcro or something. I don't know, but the way that it just looks layout wise, it looks like it's the exact same. Now, granted, the fact that it's standalone and you're not going to have wires attached to you or anything like that, maybe all that helps to make it feel a little bit better. But they're the ones who came out and made the I don't want to say prediction, but more like the statement that they wanted to try to get 1 billion people to have VR in their homes and things like that. So this is
a billion.
That's what they said. So in order to do this, they're gonna have to sell products like this.
A billion?
It was like a statement, like we want 1 billion people, just like we want 1 billion people to play games. It's just like a statement.
They better make that thing $7.
But you know what I'm getting at. They're talking about the technology. I'm saying like toast. A literal statement, like I'm going to have 1 billion of my specific product in your house. They're just talking about VR in general. They want to grow VR.
Okay.
Obviously, when they spent that much money on it, you know what I mean? They want to get it.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm just saying that's lofty.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to have lofty goals, otherwise it's not worth having a goal. Come on now.
I guess. I don't know.
And that's one to grow on with Chris McCracken.
That's awesome.
That's
I saw it. I saw it and I was like, okay, that's interesting and everything. But like, obviously, like one thing, I'm not super taken by VR, which is fine. I understand the draw. I already think that we look at our phones too much, so I can't imagine 1 billion people having something strapped to their face to where we actually don't even see each other now. But like I get it. It just seemed like it would be the weaker of the options because of it being wireless. But I'm not saying it will be. It just at first glance, and it's coming out really cheap too, like $200, right?
Yeah, it's $199.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see.
I don't feel like this is going to be, which there's people it depends on how you look at it. A lot of people say that gaming is really only kind of a way to get introduced to VR, but really VR's true potential will be in doing other things that are outside of that, like be it video conferencing or being able to take virtual tours of other things and yada yada. If I had to guess, this device in particular is probably going to fit way more in that kind of area where it's watching video content that's in VR or like taking virtual tours and things like that. I would assume this one's probably not going to be quite as gaming focused from the mere fact that it's, I mean, it can only has what power is on it. You know what I mean? I don't know for sure, but I bet they're going to try to start pushing with this one starting in the other direction. Because the fact that it's wireless and you don't have to bring another device like the phone or whatever to put into it, if it all works just self-contained, that might be a way for they can start like opening the doors and be like, oh no, VR can be used for all kinds of things, not just video games or whatever.
Yeah. Huh. So sticking with VR for a second, I actually saw this story where these guys were playing a PlayStation VR. I think they were playing Radial G on PSVR in front of a wind tunnel. And so awesome. It was like they were racing, and then they had 80-mile-per-hour winds getting blown at them at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And it made me think like, okay, so we have the VR thing, obviously, and we've had a bunch of companies try to come out and add things along with the VR to make it feel even more immersive. Mm-hmm. Are you guys into that at all, or does that feel like even more cumbersome? Like we've seen like the vests where you kind of get like you can feel getting shot or whatever, and the omnidirectional treadmills that we've seen. Mm-hmm. Are you guys into that, or are you like, give me the VR first and let's get used to that for a couple of years and then start introducing? Or do you guys want external things with your VR as well?
It depends on what they are, what the thing is, I guess. Like I don't want to go sit in front of a wind tunnel necessarily. Even the omnidirectional stuff doesn't. I mean, some of it I get why that would be useful, but like for me, for instance, like a first-person shooter, let's say, I don't really know for my desires for VR that makes sense, because at the one hand, I don't want to actually be running that full distance. If I'm running across a battlefield or whatever, I don't want to be doing that in VR. That just doesn't make sense. Like physically, like in the room scale stuff, like with Vive, like I wouldn't want to have to run all the way across my room. But if I'm ducking down and moving around, that stuff's okay. But I don't want to be, so that kind of a game where you have to do large traversal kind of things, if it's not vehicle based, doesn't really make sense for my personal tastes in VR. I know a lot of people want it, which is where that omnidirectional stuff comes up. And then there's been, I think, at a couple of different theme parks around the United States, like maybe Six Flags or whatever, there are certain places where you can go and you can get in a roller coaster and you can put on like a Gear VR with a phone inside of it or whatever, and you can go on the roller coaster, but what you're watching is through the VR headset. It's like, well, but why would I do that? I'm on the roller coaster. Why don't I just look at the action? So that stuff like that doesn't make sense to me. But I also understand that because VR is still such a like baby product in that it's just beginning to be a thing, really, they're trying everything. They're throwing everything on the wall and seeing what really works, because they don't really know. That's the whole thing about VR, is it's still such an infant product that they've got to figure everything out still. So I got no problems with them trying everything under the sun just to see what works, because you never really know. Like a couple of years ago, I may not even thought VR was something I really wanted until it started, PlayStation VR and all these things, and it was affordable and I could actually have it in my home. I was like, wow, I want to give this a shot and see if I like it, kind of thing, Before then, outside of arcades. And have you been
playing it at all?
Well, I don't have it here with me. It's packed. I couldn't bring it here, so
that's right.
I haven't played it in a while. But
I just saw somebody on I forget if it was Discord or Twitter, but they were saying they feel like it's at this point it's a waste of money. Like they wish they wouldn't have bought it.
Was that Jeff Swan? Like, isn't he trying to even get rid of it?
I think it was Jeff. Yeah. Something like that.
Was in the buy sell, exactly maybe. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I think it would be cool to go to someone else's house and do it. But I love playing like GarageBand or Guitar Hero, but I got to bring the drums out and I got to get everything out, and I just don't want more stuff to set up.
And tear down.
Tear down. Yeah. Where, when you're doing stuff moving around with like the Kinect, even, you don't have to, it's already there, where, I don't want to have to play a game where I need to set up every time and tear down every time.
Yeah. Tim, would you want external things with your VR?
I still need to just get into VR first. So for me, it doesn't make a difference, but I think they're jumping the gun a little bit, because wait till it's fully embraced and it's become way more consumer friendly before you start adding peripherals. And then I think I think what they're doing though is they're just testing the boundaries and the limits of what they can do for possible future consumer consumption, which is great. But I don't need it. I mean, I'm still not, I've never done it. I have not played a game in VR, and I kind of don't want to. I'm old school.
I can't believe we didn't have you do it at E3 now that I think about it.
I know.
Never have done it.
But it doesn't appeal to me, though. I'm just like, I'm just a controller dude. Just give me that, and I'm good to go. I'm totally happy. So, yeah. But I think they might as well start testing all this stuff out while it's still early so that they can figure out what works and what doesn't.
There you go.
Yeah, you asked a minute ago if I had been playing it, and I said, mine's packed away, so I don't have the ability even to play it right now. And I will say that being the only one in the group right now that owns it, I haven't felt like a huge longing for it, like been like, oh man, I really wish I had my PSVR right now. So, I mean, while I have said multiple times, and I'll hold to it, that I don't regret my purchase, like I'm glad I had the experience that I did, and I've enjoyed a lot of them. I don't feel like it. I wouldn't tell people online when people hit me up on Twitter every now and then. They'll be like, "Oh, should I get PSVR?" I'll kind of lay down the pros and cons or whatever. But I'm not going to tell you should get it because here's my experience. I enjoyed it, but I'm not. I mean, I don't miss it right now. So, and when I get to my new house and I finally get everything set up again, am I going to like dive right in because I've been missing it? That's not going to be the case. I will play it again, especially if some new game comes out because they keep constantly making new games and things are coming out for it. But is it going to be? For me, there's specific VR things that I really gravitate towards. It's not always the stuff you automatically expect, like the racing game or the first-person shooter. Like those actually don't really even appeal to me that much. The little bit I've played to them. So
exactly, yeah, I'm with you. Hulu has picked up 4 eSports series. And I think that's pretty cool. Running them down real quick. Player versus Player, a talk show with esports casters and influencers who talk through various topics while also earning points based on their knowledge. Boot Camp, a documentary series that follows one of the great Counter-Strike Go teams, the Immortals, through scrimmages and practice sessions, as well as life at the team house in the lead up to the Intel Extreme Masters Oakland tournament at Oracle Arena in November. That's kind of cool. Defining Moments, a talk show with experts, players, and fans talking through the most important changes in esports history, from big plays, big moves, and rivalries. And the ESL Replay, a standard replay show meets docu-series following the behind-the-scenes actions of ESL's big multi-day tournaments, including Dota 2, Battlegrounds, and 2 CSGO tournaments.
Wow.
So I think that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
I love it. I love that esports is making its way into, it's funny, on the road, I was watching, like, I guess it was TBS or ESPN, one of those that was showing some esports stuff, and like I think I had it on the screen, and like almost everybody that walked up there rolled their eyes like, oh, this is on TV now.
Right.
And and watching people be competitive and playing games, I was like, yeah, I think it's just interesting to watch because I like fighting games. It was one of the Street Fighter 5 ones, or I don't remember what game they were playing, but it was one of the Street Fighter games, and they were like, I was like, yeah, it was Marvel vs. Capcom, one of those games, and I was saying how it's just interesting to watch really good people play these games, because when really good people play really good people, it doesn't really look like they're really good. It looks like they're just trying to win, but they would look really good against us. And so, and they were like, well, it's kind of weird to watch this. And I said, well, it's kind of like football, I guess.
Right.
Like sitting watching somebody else play a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But I love that people are embracing it. I don't know how big it will get, because I think it's such a, I don't know how you say it, niche or niche thing. That
both.
That oh, well, that's good. We got our bases covered.
Niche niche.
Niche niche.
Niche.
And so I just think it's cool, and I hope that it gains more ground, and I'm glad that Hulu's picking up some series, and I just I hope that it spreads.
I think it just spread.
It did. All over the mic.
All over the keyboard. And the microphone.
Perfect.
I'm just glad. I'm glad gaming's getting some love, because I think that when people see that esports is filling up arenas, then it's almost like a backwards thing. They're like, oh, this is really popular with some people. Maybe I should get into it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not just like 3, televisions set up in a small conference room.
Yeah.
And people, you know what I'm saying? Which was how it started. You know what I mean? It was small groups of people getting together. Like, when you take in some of the days from Games Done Quick, you're seeing these amazing speedrunners, but then there's like 8 people in there.
Right.
And so I'm just glad that people are getting to see that, wow, this is a thing. And wow, people show up. It is funny when people came into the room, I always felt the need to explain myself. Like, well, you have to understand, man, like some of these things bring in millions of dollars and, the Dota thing, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going through all these things that Valve have done and everything with their eSports. And people are like, oh, really? And you're like, yes, really. And they're normal people. And, so anyway, because it's not this. Now, it is from a time standpoint, but it's not like me and Chris looking at the NFL knowing that we will never, ever be in the NFL.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But there could be a small, wow. Wow.
Well
what
done.
the heck is going on?
It keeps lining up with everything you're saying, too.
I know, it's perfect.
The spread comment, it might be a little...
but there could be a small sliver of a chance that we could be on an eSports team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility like the NFL is.
Right.
So anyway, just glad it's getting some love.
Yeah, really.
Chris McCracken, what else you got?
Well, it's looking like we might actually have... Well, we got the good Lord, I can't speak.
Yeah, just sneeze.
We got the NES Classic. We got the SNES Classic. There was rumors of a trademark for a Nintendo 64 Classic, and now it's looking like there might be a trademark for a Game Boy Classic.
That's right.
So there was no name attached to it, but there was a Japanese trademark done, and it was just an image of a Game Boy. It was reported by a website called Nintendo-Switch.com. And then there's lots of different little tags that if you will, that are tied in with the trademark, but no official names or titles of the device. But it's very obvious when you look at the picture, like, that's a Game Boy, and why would they be trademarking a Game Boy right now? So it's possible it could be to protect themselves in some other various area, but the fact that it was done by Nintendo makes us think that, well, it might be a Game Boy Classic. And I'll say this, if they have Radar Mission on a Game Boy Classic, I will buy a Game Boy Classic. Even though I own a Game Boy and I have Radar Mission. Just put a little backlight on there, give me some backlight or something, and then I will buy a Game Boy Mini, because
there you go.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I say keep coming out with those things, man. I'm not mad at that at all, except for the fact that I can't get one, but whatever. I'm not bitter.
I'm not bitter.
Right. Yeah, not bitter or anything. What's fun? Something fun in Destiny 2 and the Iron Banner, which I'm still not understanding why that's special for Destiny 2, but
it's not.
It's PvP section in Destiny 2, and the guy who's talking is Saladin. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah.
Anyway, he's kind of coaching the whole time and saying, catch up with the team, or blah, 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 blah. Anyway, one of the lines he has says, die. Sorry, I've been watching too many Iron Banner matches. And so it's funny because it's obviously a throw to Overwatch from Reaper's Ultimate, where he says die. And so nice. Keith Ferguson is the voiceover actor that does Saladin in Destiny 2, and he also does Reaper in Overwatch. And so I think it's really fun that they let the voiceover artist kind of bring a line from Overwatch over to this. Funny. Obviously, it's under the same umbrella of Activision.
Yeah.
Really?
So it's kind of,
because Activision,
all the same.
Blizzard obviously makes Overwatch, and then Activision is in ties with Bungie to make to produce this game as
Destiny 2.
Yeah, Destiny 2. Destiny 2. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. I saw a video of it, and you have to get I think it's a 20 kill streak in order to get this little saying to go off, because it's tied to a trophy or a medal that you get inside the game. So when you do certain things, it might be like if you get a kill streak, let's say, it might say like, oh, and you earn this little medal or a little thing that'll pop up. So you have to earn a specific one. I forget the name of it, but it requires you to get like 20 kills without dying, and then the voiceover on it will say this line. It's really cool. You should look up a video if you haven't, because it's a lot of fun. I like that they tie things in like this.
Yeah. What else, Christoph?
The only other thing that I had was there is which I don't know exactly which game this was, but there was a connecting. Just Dance 2018 was being it was it has a little storefront or a little ad on the storefront for the Microsoft store. I cannot speak this morning. Good gravy. Anyways, they were advertising Just Dance 2018. And when you go down into the description that tells, what is involved with the game. And obviously on the Xbox side, you would think, oh, it's an Xbox game, it's a motion game, maybe it utilizes the Kinect or something like that. And you can tell that it was a copy and paste because it says Just Dance 2018 demo, which that's what they're advertising at the moment. It says it's also compatible with PS Move and PS Camera for up to 4 players. I was like, don't you mean the Kinect? I mean, have you really gone that far from it that you're like just taking on other companies' Move controls? Because you're like, Kinect's not a thing. Use the PS Move and the PS Camera. Use this dongle we'll give you for free.
Yeah. And the poor sap who bought the PS camera trying to hook it up to their Xbox.
How do he's like writing an email right now to, how do I hook this up?
Yeah. Where exactly does this plug in at?
Right.
Well, 2 quick things before we get this thing going. Frontier Developments, and this is going to tie into our question of the week, is putting out a game called Jurassic World Evolution, which is going to be a park sim game where you get to build your own Jurassic Park. Cool. So I love that. It hits consoles and PC next year. And they said it's coming out around the same time that the next Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom movie comes out, which I had no idea they were even making. So
because why
next
would they
year?
make that?
Because why? I didn't see the last one, but I heard it was okay.
Yeah.
And then my last thing, because I'm a 90s baby, Tamagotchi is coming back out. And it's going to be called Tamagotchi Friends. And it was that little egg thing where you have to take care of like
so it was really popular when I was in high school. And so it's coming back out on November 5th of this year. And so listen, I'm not saying that I want a Tamagotchi, but I feel like it might be one of the gifts of Christmas. So if you see one, maybe grab it. You just never know with these things.
That's true.
Because Tamagotchi the first time around when I was growing up got insanely popular. And so if you see a Tamagotchi in your gaming store or Best Buy or wherever, I don't know where it's going to be at, probably all over, I would say grab one just in case. It ends up being like a Hatchimal.
Do we know how much they are?
Right.
I don't know, but I can't imagine it's going to be that much because it's on a keychain.
Yeah, they weren't crazy expensive before either. So
right.
Yeah, it's not going to be like $60 or anything like that. I can't imagine. But they did say it's going to be easier this time around. So I don't know what that means because I didn't play with it the first time. But there you have that. Eduardo.
Yes, sir.
What you got for us?
Let's see. Over on the YouTubes, we've got a few new videos up there. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the multiplayer beta is up there. The Wolf Among Us episodes 1 through 5 is up there. And I think I saw on Twitter yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of the Wolf Among Us debuting.
Wow. Really?
That long ago.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But
Getting old, man.
It was a PS3 360 game.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy Episode 4, Who Needs You, up there. Looking at the top 10 YouTube videos, combining average watch time and views for the week of October 4th and October 10th. We're going to see what the power of a free game will do. Number 10, Married to the Games Episode 264, previously this episode. Number 9, Watch Dogs 2 Part 19, Paint Job. Number 8, Hue Part 5, Red.
Interesting.
Number 7, Watch Dogs 2 Part 48, Go Signals. Number 6, Hue Part 8, Green. Number
We've
5.
not heard these before.
I know, right? It is free on if you've got the PS Plus this month.
True.
Number 5, Hue Part 4, Pink.
Wow.
Number 4, Hue Part 7, Yellow.
No way.
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
Everybody wants Hue.
Number 3, Hue Part 9, Mountains.
Wow.
Number 2, Hue Part 10, University.
Nice.
No way.
And number 1 this week, Hue Part 11, Ending.
Wow.
That is hilarious.
Complete Hue takeover.
Yes. And it's another one of those kind of like Ori and the Blind Forest where People are going right. People are going there looking for an answer to a problem that isn't there. And similarly, when Hue first came out, there were a couple glitches that I figured a way around and beat, and they've since patched, and the boards are slightly different now, and people are going looking for the new solution.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And it ain't there.
Wow.
That is really funny.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Thank you, Ed.
Yep.
Well, last week we asked you guys a question, and it was a little different.
This. This is going to be glorious.
The question was, what?
I'm so glad
Starting
we did
over
that.
starting over at the forum, spam humbug said, "Why? Yes, that was my exact reaction to the new The Last Jedi trailer.
Ooh.
Also, porgs are going to be a thing." Greg Legg said, "What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow?"
Is that an African or European?
That's Monty Python throwback.
Yep.
Robert Dale Good Jr. said, "I said, when is Gabe going to write another song for the podcast? I get the games you've been playing lately haven't had those moving plot lines like The Last of Us or BioShock Infinite, but the games you've been playing have moved you. So why don't you write about your story? You know, how you and some guys got tearing up on, and how you and some guys go tearing it up in Overwatch or having a Destiny 2 dance party. You know, when you play the people, there's a lot more." You know, when you play with people, sorry, there's a lot more. I feel sneeze coming on. There's a lot more to there's a lot more to the story than what the game brings to it. Check the community, man. I bet you'll find some inspiration. Nice.
I think there should be a Destiny 2 one.
Destiny 2 song. Over on Facebook, Jamie Placencia Okewali.
Nice.
Okay,
I said, "Okay, Wally." She did 3 of them. She said, no, I will not loan you $12. Hashtag get it. Hashtag episode 197.
Nice.
Wow.
And she also said, "Don't look now, but there's a clown that needs a lot of dental work with a red balloon, and he's headed your way."
Nice.
Hashtag okay, that's enough. Hashtag best question ever.
Nice.
Benjamin Harris said, to the what question, "Tim, he said your turn signal is on." That sounds like an old man joke.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Over on Twitter, we got the Nintendo Guru. He said, what's the nicest thing a fan has ever done for you or said to you?"
Oh.
And I'm going to answer that by saying, coming to 100 and 200. Probably the nicest thing a fan's ever done, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
To travel to meet up with a couple boneheads. Spencer Stapleton said, "What is the thing you most want to be remembered for when you're gone?"
Ooh.
I would say probably being a good dad.
Yeah.
Want to be remembered for? Ed, you got one?
I don't know.
You made a good cup of coffee.
Yeah, just swing by and say hi.
There you go. Bye and say hi. Done.
Chris?
That's done.
I just want to be remembered for making people laugh. When people think back, I want them to think, man, he always made me laugh.
Very good. Very good.
There you go. Love that. Juan Pedro Garcia. Tim, you agreed with me, right? The
Yes,
dad
I
thing?
agreed with you. Yep.
Yeah. Juan Pedro Garcia at JP Garcia 04. He said, "I got married. Hashtag achievement unlocked."
Nice. Congratulations.
Congrats.
That is awesome. Jeremy at Jeror45 said, "What? Because video games." I know that's right.
Nice.
Right.
Sick Nate C Flips at Nate _McKeever. We said, "What?" He said, yeah, that. And Ben CN Palmer at CN Palmer 75 said, "What is an acceptable amount of belly button lint?"
Oh. You can never have
Freaking
enough.
gross. No, the answer is not very much.
I know, right?
I don't ever get that.
Oh, because you're skinny.
I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
I guess.
You don't have a deep belly button.
like a belly cavern. Oh. What else shall we find?
And I'm gonna because we're short on time, I'm gonna read one off the Discord because it was very kind. Chris the Rock said, "Oh, that's not the answer I was looking for." Well, I guess that was a lot to take in. I'll repeat it all over again. Over 3 years ago, around episode 80, you hit me on Twitter claiming I might be interested in you. I decided to give you a try while grinding my second playthrough of Second Son for the plat. It was love at first sight. Finally, someone I can relate to, not a snob critic who overanalyzes everything, but someone just like me with a quote unquote normal 9-to-5 and a family.
Nice.
You see the world the same way I do. Now years have passed and my crush has transformed into deep appreciation. MTTG, you are smart, funny, and have a contagious positivity. Please don't change. You are simply perfect. I am so happy to see you every time you pop up, and I miss you as soon as you're gone. I, Chris the Rock, would like to take you, MTTG, to be my podcast and community to have and to hold from this day forward, for morning shows or for night shows, for well-synchronized or solo Thornfelt Swamps,
Nice.
The pain.
awesome.
in nasal congestion or in health,
Yes, sir.
to love and to cherish, from this day forth until death do us part. Will you marry me, MTTG? I would
do.
I would then become MTTG, which obviously stands for Street Team.
That's perfect.
Bravo,
Thank
good
you.
sir.
Bravo, man. That is awesome. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
A round of applause for you, sir.
Love it,
Thank you
right?
for the kind words. Yes, we obviously do. Obviously. Thank you so much for that. I thought that was awesome. When I saw that, I was like, it warmed my heart at 5 o'clock in the morning. So thank you for the kind words.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know where to find us. Facebook.com/Married to the Games. Twitter.com/MTTGcast. Of course, you come over to marriedtothegames.com. Check out the forums. You can go to YouTube, like Ed said, youtube.com/Married to the Games. Now on Patreon at patreon.com/Married to the Games. /MTTG. And we want to say that we're taking part in Extra Life this year. Our boy Eric Thompson is heading it up for us this year. He has been amazing. He's been beating down my door to help out, and I have not gotten back to him. And Chris got back to him this last week, and he has set it up. Sorry, this year's been crazy for me, especially with communication. And so I just want to read this blurb really quick that he put out there. He said, we're excited to announce that Married to the Games will be participating in Extra Life this year, and we want to encourage all of you to join our team. The process is simple. Head over to www.extra-life.org/team/MTTG to sign up to join the MTTG team. You'll select a hospital where your donations will go and set fundraising goals for your campaign. Then you're ready to start seeking donations from friends and family. Taking part in Extra Life also means playing games for 24 hours. Can't do it all at once? No problem. The official event weekend is November 4th and 5th. And while most people will play for 24 hours on that weekend, you can do your 24 hours however and whenever you need to. You have by December 31st to get in your 24 hours and bring in donations. Remember last year, all 4 of the MTTG guys played for 24 hours. This year, we're asking you to represent MTTG by playing/streaming games for a whole day. The MTTG 24-hour gaming marathon will start on Saturday, November 6th at 9 a.m. Central Time and run until Sunday, November 7th, 9 o'clock Central Time. Want to sign up to fill in a time slot? Contact Eric Thompson on Twitter at EDF Thompson or on Discord. You can also reach him for more details about signing up, fundraising, and Extra Life in general. Thanks for helping support this incredible cause and showing the gaming community what MTTG is all about. Thank you so much for setting that up. And please hit him up. He knows everything you need to know when it comes to Extra Life. It can be daunting. It can be, you can kind of look at it and be like, oh, I don't know what to do. So please hit him up on Twitter or over on Discord and he will have everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Chris.
Rate us on iTunes because we are fam McCree. There, I did it.
Oh
I got it.
my
Leave me alone.
gosh.
It's about
Yes.
Leave me alone.
Oh,
Get off my property. Get off my
get off my lawn.
That's
Nice.
Well
Well,
done.
let's get into some questions really quickly.
Yes, we'll hit up Facebook. D-High, what is your favorite video game cheat code of all time? My favorite was always the Contra code. Those extra lives always came in handy when trying to have an all-night gaming session with my brother. I also enjoyed the rocket launcher with infinite ammo in Resident Evil 2. Good times.
There you go. I'm going to go with God mode in Doom.
That's a good one.
I think that was like one of the original awesome ones.
Oh, that's awesome. Chris, what's your favorite cheat code?
My favorite cheat code was in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I like the one where you could get the parachute because I owned all the airport, and I would just go up in the plane and then jump out and parachute
funny.
to wherever. And I would just do that
nice.
over and over. I got to where I was like, I don't even care about the game anymore. I'm just going to go up in the plane as high as I could go and then jump out with the parachute. And you had to do the code, and I would have 20 parachutes or whatever it was. That was my favorite.
Oh, that's hilarious. Ed?
I don't think I used one, but then in his question he asked about Contra, and I do remember using that. So I'm gonna do the same one that he mentioned in his question, the one from Contra.
The Contra code?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the only video game cheat code I have is YouTube now. So that's essentially what I use, because
That is perfect.
you can pretty much find anything and everything. And so, yeah, that's my cheat code.
That's hilarious.
Yep. There you go. Robert Darrell Good Jr., I finished listening to all episodes a couple weeks ago, and I've meaning to ask, what trophy did I get for that? I know at one point it was considered platinum, but Gabe later called for a reevaluation of the trophy rankings. So what'll it be, guys? I think he gets the platinum, right?
No.
No. The platinum it has to be, he had to attend 100 and 200 too, right?
Yeah, one of the 100th century mark episodes.
Okay, so
be
That's
just
right.
one of them?
because we changed it. We changed it because there's not multiple platinums you can get.
Yeah.
Right, so he gets
And
gold.
so you can only get one.
I'm good with gold.
So yeah, unfortunately it has to be gold. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, man. And now he's unsubscribed.
Exactly.
Josh Stapleton, Street Team. First off, happy anniversary to the Routers. Oh, thanks, man. Yours is easy for me to remember because it's the same day as mine.
there you
even
go.
better.
Happy anniversary to you
Did not
too.
know that. Happy anniversary to you, too. What is
you
the
get an
weirdest...
anniversary. You get an anniversary.
Everybody gets an anniversary. All right, what is the weirdest place you found a misplaced item? I was cleaning my bedroom ceiling fan light cover, and I found inside the light cover a missing PS4 thumbstick cover. Hashtag
What?
kids.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
That is crazy.
what the heck?
I have recently, I don't know what the weirdest place is, but recently Remy's been really into the Switch, the little things that slide onto the side of the Joy-Con that make it a little thicker.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what those are called, but I'm finding them all over the house.
Really?
I'll be like, oh, well, here it is. Oh, well, here it is. And you actually kind of need those.
Yeah.
And so I would say I'm finding those in the laundry, in the kitchen. They're all over.
Oh, wow.
Because we have 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they're just floating around. I'm trying to keep them on the Joy-Cons and have them leave them alone.
Yeah.
Remy's like, I need them.
Exactly. Chris?
When we were moving, I found or getting things ready to move, I found a dog toy under the stove. So I don't know how it got in there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she obviously wasn't getting it back out. Was that toy haunted? And she was like, get it out of here and pushing it away. I don't know.
Bad juju. Bad doggy juju.
Ed?
Because Sarah and I have the same type of phone, we have the same type of charger. And more often than not, I don't know where mine is. And it's because Sarah has borrowed it and then forgotten where she put it. So I think I found one on top of the fridge.
Nice.
I'm going.
Tim, did
I'm
you have
going
one?
with Chris too because my dog. I didn't realize we didn't realize this when we first got Thaxton, but like if you give him a bone inside or something like that, he'll try to go and bury it in a corner somewhere. So I've found random dog toys. He doesn't do it as much now, but I've found several random dog toys in just weird places. Like, oh, okay, I guess he must have come over here and did that there. Great,
Right.
So.
That's a good question.
Yeah, great question. Moving on to Twitter, Jeff, the Android. What do you think of the ESRB saying loot boxes aren't gambling? Should there be warnings or regulations for chance-driven microtransactions?
Gosh.
That's loaded.
You know what's weird about gambling is I always feel like gambling requires you being able to or not get money back.
Right.
And so like if you're buying a digital thing and then there's chance to it, but it's not like you can't get anything worth money. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go and get a skin for whoever in Overwatch, I can't then sell that skin if it's very valuable.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
and it's not necessarily gambling. You're purchasing. It's a product or an add-on to a game.
Yeah, but it's the chance part of it that people are kind of up in arms about because you don't know what you're getting. Yeah. I definitely think that parents need to be aware, just like anything that like any in-app purchases. I think parents need to be aware that you can spend real money on stuff. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't feel like gambling to me.
Yeah, it doesn't me either because. Like when I think of gambling, I think of there's a good chance I will get nothing for my money. Where with the loot boxes, it might not be what you want, but you do get something.
Right.
Not only that, but and I do understand the possible addiction problem part with it because like it is gambling in the sense that you can get that same euphoria from like when you really get the thing and then it makes you want to get the thing again kind of thing. But the thing is with most of them that are loot box based in a game is there's almost always, even if it's not nearly as good as actually paying real money, there's almost always a way to earn the thing by playing other than just doing
you don't
time.
have to buy loot boxes.
There's almost always an in-game currency you can earn that then you can buy the loot box with. So the fact that they do give you an out, like well, if I go to Vegas, they're not going to let me, play a hand of blackjack for free and then have to start paying or anything. So to me, that's the reason that I don't necessarily think of it specifically as gambling or think it needs to be regulated in a way like gambling. But I see people's problems with it, and I see why people think, oh, this is going to be addictive for people that have issues. But then, again, at the same time, too, it's like they shouldn't not put loot box in a game just because some people might not be able to control themselves,
Right.
So I don't know. It's a tough situation. I mean...
I do wish blackjack worked like that though. Like, hey, you've walked around this casino a bunch.
Yeah,
this game's on us.
There you go. Oh, that's awesome. Good question, Jamin Bissett. Does your family have any Halloween traditions, or do you have a game series that you always play?
Ours is going to the routers, pretty much.
Yeah,
nice.
And unfortunately, that tradition is probably going to have to be cut off this year because of our moving situation. We made that decision. Like 2 days ago that I don't think we can have our Halloween party. I know it sucks. But we may have like a Christmas party.
Moved to West Haven all of a sudden.
No,
they had no mixed kids running around.
Exactly.
Also, Gabe is.
But no. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can do. Come over to our house because West Haven on Halloween throws down with the candy. Oh, we did it last year.
Oh, I bet they do.
And they throw down with the candy. So get your buns over here with the children and let's go have some fun and go trick or treating. I
can't wait for that week update. They'll be like, "What'd you do?" Be like, "We went to the routers trick or treating, got a Lexus."
I got some stock in Hershey.
Yeah, exactly. They just gave me three shares of stock of Hershey.
Exactly.
And sent me on my merry way.
Amazon stock, a Google stock.
Exactly. Our Halloween traditions, yes, are typically we have a router Halloween party, and it's just so much fun, and we love it, and it's sad that we're not going to be able to do it this year, but I love Halloween and trick-or-treating and Piper and dressing up and all that fun stuff. And the game series that I always play is Assassin's Creed during that time.
There you go. Chris?
Unfortunately, the answer is no to both because for a lot of the times, Stacy was traveling during Halloween, and I guess you could maybe say that I would go over to my sister's and do trick-or-treating with my nephew, but I only did that a couple of times. but that's probably the most consistent thing that I've done over the last 10 years pertaining to Halloween. We don't really get a lot of people here specifically where we are right now, which we might not even be here by the time Halloween comes, but they say they don't really get anybody that comes around over here. And then back in the old neighborhood, there would be people who come out, but I usually wouldn't be home during that time. And Stacy wasn't in town vast majority of the times either. So,
Eduardo?
Yeah, our only tradition has pretty much been not buying candy and hoping no one comes.
Oh my gosh, you're that house.
Now that we're in a new neighborhood, we probably should buy some because we don't know what the status is around here. So
yeah, put a pumpkin.
That's true.
out.
Yeah.
You don't want to be pegged as that couple that doesn't participate.
Yeah,
or you do because then people won't bother you.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Final question at The Art of Bacon, one of my favorite handles. Eric Green, do you feel like you talk and listen to game podcasts more than you actually get to play? #adulting, #truth.
No.
Nope.
No, not at all.
Chris?
I wouldn't say I listen more than I get to play, but I do listen to a lot of gaming-related podcasts, so it's probably
I
getting
think, Chris,
close
you're the only one that listens to gaming podcasts.
Yeah, I think I am.
I do too. I just haven't in a while. I'll still listen to some of the PlayStation.
The only gaming podcasts I listen to are like people that are in our community. Like I'll stop by and listen to one of theirs or one of the one of our nephew podcasts that have popped up because of this podcast and stuff like that. But I don't think I've actually ever taken in a podcast outside of our family. Like I've never listened to Beyond or any IGN or Kind of Funny. I've never listened to any of that.
Yeah.
I would listen to Beyond.
Thank you for the questions.
Yes, sir.
And super quickly, your question of the week is, what is a guilty pleasure game for you? Not the type of game you usually play, but a game you secretly love. And game type you secretly love. I'll start, and it ties in with one of the stories. I was a huge roller coaster tycoon kid.
Really?
And so the park or city building or like Sim City, Civilization, those games, I don't normally play them, but I really love that style of game. I love the city sims and the park sim games. I was like a lemonade stand gamer. Like there was a game called Lemonade Stand back in the day. Used to love. Yeah, I love those kind of games. I don't know why. It's like it's a little guilty pleasure of mine. Chris, you have one?
I can't really think of a guilty pleasure one that. I mean, the only thing that I can think of that maybe would work for it is just any game that has a really good art style in terms of like well animated. I will play them just simply to see the animations, not even really because of the game necessarily.
#Cuphead.
Yeah, like Cuphead, for instance,
Exactly.
Which I guess I'm not playing it, but I've
right
watched Let's Plays of it like yours, and I've watched a few other ones simply because I just like the way that it looks. And I don't even own it, like I said, but I just...
Tell the truth, you just like hearing me frustrated.
Oh, of course.
Well, I mean, that's the icing. That's the icing on top.
That's the cherry, yeah. Tim, what about you? You got a little guilty pleasure game?
I actually, from time to time, I don't mind popping in a horror game. Like back in the day, in the PS3 day, I played some
nice.
I would play Dead Space. That was one of my favorite franchises for a while. And man, Until Dawn is still sitting there. I've got it for free, and I'm like, I gotta play it. I gotta play it. So every once in a while, I just want a good. I just want a little good horror game just to change things up a little bit. Yeah.
There you go. Ed?
I don't know if, like Chris, I don't know if I have a guilty pleasure, and I don't even know what style it is, but probably if I had to pick one like the Simpsons or the Family Guy on the phone, I don't even know what you call those.
Oh, yes.
What you classify those as, but those.
I like that. Yeah, those mobile games. I like that. Let us know what you guys' guilty pleasure is. Maybe not the games you play all the time, but that little style that you secretly love, and you're like, ooh, I love that game. I might not play it, but I love that kind of game. Ooh. Let us know. Use #AnswerMTTG. Thank you guys so much for listening. 265 in the books.
That's my guilty pleasure sound.
And I got a special guest to help sign off.
Oh, bring it on, baby.
Oh, snap.
Amara Claire is in the building. So I'm Gabe Patillo. That is Tim Router. That is Ed Placencia. That is Chris McCracken. And we, you ready? Are married to the games, and we are up out this thing. Peace! Good cast. Chris, get out of here.